Hi, all my magical friends. Thank you for tuning into my channel today. In order to tune into the energy around us and tune into ourselves, we're doing a general reading for the collective for our new moon in Taurus on May the 4th. And so if you're a Star Wars nerd like me, I wore my Princess Leia shirt. So May the 4th be with you. But remember that this energy lasts for at least 2 weeks until our next moon, so you can always watch it within those 2 moons to get the messages. And also remember that if the message doesn't land for you and you don't connect with certain messages, then it's not your message and just let it go. Anything that sparks for you is for you. If it doesn't, it's not for you, and it's okay. All right, let's get into it. So this Taurus full moon is in conjunction with a transit of Uranus for the first time in about 8 decades. And we have major retrogrades coming up this summer in 3 planets. So there's a lot of stuff going on. And, Aries was hyping up the energy for us. And now Taurus is going to give us some stability. So I really want to find out kind of how we can ground, nurture, and adapt to this new moon. So let's see what the energy of the new moon is first. So this one keeps coming up. The 10 of Cups in reverse. So this one keeps coming up a lot. And it's funny because Taurus, in their shadow side can be known to be materialistic or vain. Not all of them, but if you know some Tauruses really well, they might openly admit to you that they are vain. I know a couple that would. But it's interesting because this keeps coming up so much, and I think it's just such a huge message that's happening in our world that this comes up when we are so attached, and I know I keep repeating this, and if you've been watching my videos for a while, there's the 4 of Cups comes up for this too. That, we keep being attached to what we think our lives should look like in order to be happy. And instead, we need to be focusing on what they feel like in order to be happy. So in order for us to get this happiness, we have to find emotional contentment within ourselves. Because when they're in reverse, it's telling us that we haven't mastered the 9 of Cups lesson yet. And the 9 of Cups is all about personal emotional contentment. Because trying to figure out how to be 100% happy all the time is just annoying and fleeting. And that's just not life. Life has ups and downs. So we have to find more appreciation in finding contentment, especially contentment with ourselves when we're alone. We have to stop looking to all the things outside of us and to the people outside of us in order to make us happy. It's totally valuable to communicate with your people closest to you and set your boundaries and all that kind of stuff in a healthy way. But if we're still expecting them to fulfill us, that's the most important part. We can't expect other people to fulfill us. They should be, enhancing our lives. Our life should be kind of like a sundae, and your partner, those you most love, should be the cherry on top. They just add a little enhancement to our life. They don't make, it's not their responsibility to make us happy. It's not our responsibility to make them happy. And I think if we all collectively kind of gave each other a break on that and lowered our expectations a little bit, because we're all human, we're all going through something, it'd probably be easier to feel this. It'd be easier to when you recognize that feeling within yourself and somebody else is recognizing that feeling in yourself, then you can come together and feel it together and feel this ultimate, emotional fulfillment. Because that's what it's all about, but we're still here. So really take some time to look inward and ask are you not taking enough responsibility for your own happiness? Okay. That was a lot for the energy. We might be able to just end it there. Let's do a couple more, because things are going to get shooken up a lot. in this next 3 months or so through October. About every, the energy is a little different, but October seems to be kind of like everything's going to be kind of crazy until October. Or things are being shaken loose that aren't supposed to be with you for the long haul. So I've experienced this also in a lot of things, and, I give myself the time to be upset about it, but you need to then, find ways to like shake that energy out, find healthy outlets for any pent up emotion or energy, and then you can learn how to say thank you. You can learn how to say thank you for showing me that wasn't supposed to be a part of my world. That wasn't supposed to be a part of my journey. Those aren't my people. That's not the thing I'm supposed to be doing. Because we act like these things are happening to us and they're happening for us. Okay, so things are going to get shooken up. So how are we going to be able to stay grounded and remember that when we do it? Oh, the King of Pentacles. It's interesting that we're having these like big cards coming up in reverse because we deserve this. We deserve the happiness. We deserve to be the king of our castle and have all the wealth and abundance around us. So here it kind of, again, it feels like we're not recognizing that full abundance. I know the Queens come up in reverse a couple videos ago too, because we're having a hard time recognizing the abundance in front of us. It's all about gratitude. It's all about recognizing the good things that are going on and making sure that you're doing that more than recognizing the bad things to attract more good into you. So even when things feel crappy and things feel like they're not working out, this all ties in. Like there's a reason. There's a reason for everything. And we just need to be able to recognize that abundance around us. And also, the King of Pentacles, which is totally an earth sign, which could be evolved Taurus. It's more on the Capricorn side, but still you have to have that energy in there. Shoot, what was I going to say? I keep doing that lately. I'm sure you guys, I know a lot of people are doing that lately. Like you have the thought, it's gone. So just make sure that you are recognizing the abundance around you. I'm just thinking, like, I forget to do that all the time, but I remember to do it all the time too. I try to say thank you for the smallest things. So we're trying to say thank you for the smallest things and trusting that when things don't work out the way we expect them to, that they worked out that way for a reason and something else good is going to come along. Because when the King is in reverse, we're kind of going back to the Knight of Pentacles. And the Knight is very much about, he's very methodical. He's very much of that Taurus energy, very methodical. He goes slowly. He makes sure his plan is in place before he takes action. So when we're trying to ground, when things get shaken up, a lot of things are happening right now, and we all think that we have to make a decision right then and there, and you don't. And unless there's like an actual deadline, take your time. Take your time. Give yourself a breath. Sleep on it. Ask the universe for some answers. Ask for another option if neither of these options feel good. So let's see how we can nurture all of the new stuff that's coming in, because we've been doing so much work shedding all kinds of stuff. We've been shedding all the old, more things are going to be shooken loose and sloughed off. So let's see how we can nurture that and be able to nurture all the good things, all the new things that are supposed to be with us coming in. The Nine of Swords. Oh, sorry, there's a glare. Okay, there we go. So this means a couple things. This means definitely try to get some extra sleep, because some of these things, it's not always easy. Sometimes we think that our relationships with people or the things that we love are working out a certain way, and they're not. And it's okay to be a little sad. But the 9 is nearing the end of the cycle, and especially with the swords, the 9 and 10 swords are kind of this ending of the struggle, especially in your head. You know, we've been talking about to your mindset. So we're nearing the end of your struggle, and it's very much pay attention to your dreams. You know, your subconscious is trying to tell you stuff. Make sure you're getting some extra sleep right now. If you need it, just rest. Take care of yourself and let yourself feel the feels. That's how we can nurture it, is admitting when we're sad about things. You know, things leave our life all the time, and even though it's a good choice, it can still be sad. And I think we don't recognize that we go through kind of little grieves. Like, whenever you lose something, there's a grieving process. We only think of grief when we have the loss of a loved one and when the loved one goes into the spirit world. But we lose things all the time. And whether it's whether it was for the right reasons or it was unexpected, like, let yourself feel the feels. That's how you can nurture things right now. Let yourself feel them. You know, or give yourself a timestamp. Like, okay, so today I'm going to feel all my feels because I am just going to lay around and I'm going to be sad for myself, or, you know, and then tomorrow's a new day and we're going to get back on the horse. So I think that's the main thing with this one is get some sleep, pay attention to your dreams, and just feel. Don't be afraid to feel. This is very much like we've been in our head so much, and now we need to be a little bit more in our feelings. Stop denying. Stop letting your brain tell you that you're not allowed to feel that because it was the right decision. Your emotions are just as important, if not more. Okay, so then how do we adapt? Oh, our friend, the High Priestess. I love when the High Priestess comes and parties with us. This is great. This is perfect because how do we adapt to the many upcoming changes that we are all going to experience? I mean, the last 2 days, I've already learned about quite a few changes that I'll be experiencing this summer. And it's stressful and some of it's scary because it's unknown. But I have to trust my intuition, trust the universe, trust that I'm being taken care of, trust that it's all for the greatest good, even though it's hard. Even the hard things are for our highest good. And I'm saying that to remind myself also because it ain't easy. Even the difficult lessons are for our highest good. So, with the High Priestess of how do we adapt to these changes, the High Priestess is so adaptable. So adaptable. She trusts her intuition. She knows that there's a power higher than herself, you know, and it's okay that that's different for everybody. Yes, there might be one divine source of our energy and life, but there are many entities, there are many gods. You are a part of that too. I mean, don't become a narcissist and just worship yourself, but appreciate where you come from and just let go a little bit. Give it up to God or give it up to whoever your higher power is. Or if you're your higher power, give it up. Just trust, give your little ego a break and trust that your light inside of you knows exactly what to do, and that it's when you're nurturing that, it's going to attract exactly what is supposed to happen. And it's all going to be okay. I know I keep saying that, but it will. Okay. So, I'm trying to do these videos a little faster. And now that our moons are kind of starting to come off of, because for the first part of the year, all of our full moons were ending like right at the beginning of a astrology season. So, and they were making all the videos long, so I'm trying to make them shorter. I will have a Gemini season video coming up at different than the next moon. So we're going to do kind of a seasonal intro little videos just so you guys know what that energy is about. And then we can just focus on the moon energy later. So look for those. And then I pulled you a note on Abundance from the Universe by Mike Dooley, I believe. I will link it below. And I picked this pretty little card. Doesn't that look nice? Don't you want to go just be there? Okay. It says, I'm sorry, But concerning your dream job, did you want a salary, royalties, commission, or all three? How many weeks vacation are you expecting? Are you willing to share the New York apartment? Oh, and should your London assistant speak French, or will your French be significant by then? Helps to be really clear. I haven't taken French in a while. I think it says ne sais pas, which is ne sais pas. Yes, ne sais pas. I can't remember now. If you know what that means, please tell me. But from the universe, it's probably like let it be or something. I love this because it ties in with this. When we're manifesting what we want to attract, when we're ready for these things to change, when you're ready for that dream job, it's good to be specific. And this is talking about, like the material specificities. I can say words. But with this coming up, you need to be specific about how you want to feel also. And how much vacation do you want? How much do you want to get paid? Where do you want to live? All these, when you're trying to change things, it's the paradox of the universe is you need to be specific about what you want, how you want to feel, and then you have to let go how it happens. Or you have to let go of how you think it's going to look in the end. So you have to be willing to get vulnerable and dream big and ask for exactly what you want. But you have to be willing to trust enough that you then let it go. Here you go, universe. Let it go. And deliver it to me in the best way that is going to be great for me. And if those things aren't happening, we got to start looking at how our mindset and our emotions are working together. That's all. You're an amazing machine. So it's gonna be an interesting summer, but I trust that we're gonna make it through, and that you all are amazing, and you have bright lights that deserve to be seen and shared. And if you need personal guidance, please reach out to me. We can do readings. We can do coaching. Please subscribe to my channel. Find me on Facebook. If you find me on Facebook, you can join my email list. And look for, there's so many new things coming up from Meryl's Mystics, so please keep an eye out. Thank you again for being here with me, and may the 4th be with you, and I'll see you in a couple weeks. Okay? Bye.